accidentally may have ran over his foot. What's up everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren and thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. As you guys can see by the title, today we're going to be talking about how I found out my ex cheated on me. And in this video, I want to tell my story a little bit differently. I really want to focus on what I think that I did wrong in this situation, and also red flags that I saw before I actually found out that I was cheated on that I kind of just looked past. And I want to focus on these things just because I don't want this video to turn into, oh, this is what my ex did, he's a horrible person. This is just my side of the story, of course, and there's always two sides of a story. I just thought this would be a very entertaining story, and like I'm saying, entertaining. This is strictly for entertainment, like I do in most of my other videos. I'm going to be doing my makeup at the same time, so make sure that you guys like this video if you enjoy story times, and also subscribe to my channel if you like me just even a little bit, and make sure you guys hit that notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Let's just get right into how I found out my ex cheated on me. I have my coffee. My hair is at such an awkward length right now. Very annoying. I met this person and we're gonna give him a name just so it's easier to follow. I'm gonna call him, let's call him Chris, because that's just easy. So starting off, I met my ex Chris at work. I would always say that this ex I was very in lust with him the entire time, and he was definitely not. And he wasn't shy about like telling me that. It wasn't like I didn't know that. He just didn't like me as much as I liked him, and that was a huge red flag. But also, I think that my ego was wrapped up in this person. When this person didn't fall for me right away, that's when my ego, I think, got hurt, because instead of just walking away and being like, oh, there's so many more people out there, this person is irrelevant, I wanted to prove to everyone, or prove to even to this person and prove to myself that I can get you. And that's purely your ego, and you should never think like that as a person. Mind you, I was 16 years old. We did end up getting in a relationship. I don't know how long it actually took, and I'm pretty sure it came to an ultimatum also. It was, oh, we've been together long enough, either date me or we're not going to be together. And he chose to be in a relationship, but only because of an ultimatum. And that obviously should have told me that, one, I was being controlling, and two, that this person just doesn't like me. You're gonna find people that you don't like, bottom line. Anyway, so we do start dating. We're in this relationship. During the relationship, we never really went out. He didn't really take me out. Like, we were definitely those people that just stayed at home. I didn't really go out with his friends. I wasn't really, and I felt like it was just because he was embarrassed of me. Like, I was a fat girl, so he was just too embarrassed to take me around his friends. Let's just get into the details. Let's just get into the cheating. That's why we're here. I lived about 45 minutes away from him and my school. I continued to drive every day to school and to see him. And a lot of these times I would spend the night at his house, mostly because I didn't want to drive the 45 minutes to school. Understandable. So I think this particular day I was hanging out with my best friend. I usually did spend the night at his house, or I did it regularly. This particular day after school, I had decided to hang out with my best friend for a little bit, and then I called him. I think I called him or I texted him, am I spending the night at your house? I can't really remember what his excuse was. I think he either told me he was working the next day, or he was working then. It was just an excuse, but basically it was a no. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And honestly, the moment he told me, like, no, it wasn't that I was like, oh my gosh, like, so hurt. It honestly just felt weird. I don't know why. Like, I just got a feeling there was something up. I just blew it off and I went up to my house. And the next day he had work, and I think either I had school or I was already down there, or I was like, hey, let's just hang out. And I picked him up from work, and at this moment, and I was playing it really cool. Like, I didn't ask anything, I didn't say anything. We were kind of just in the car together. I drove him to his house. We were hanging out, talking in the car before. But like I said, the night before, I just had a sneaky suspicion that something had happened. Now, I never really thought that this person was cheating. I truly believed at this time, I'm like, he would have told me or just like broke up with me anyway, regardless. So I really did not think that this person would actually cheat on me. I thought that maybe he would be texting other girls or doing something else, but not to the full extent of what he did. We get to his house and it's all good and fine. He goes into his house to grab something. I don't know what he goes to grab. And I asked him to either, I was like, oh, can you leave your phone, or can I see something on your phone? Or maybe he just left his phone. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure I asked him because I think he took his phone everywhere. Red flag, obviously. He did. He gave me his phone, and immediately, you guys, I went through it. And please do not judge me. Like, this is obviously bad. Like I said, please don't judge me. I snooped through his phone, and I went to this friend, and this friend, he was already someone that really just didn't like me. I go straight to the text message between him and his friend, and this text message said, me and blank, and I'm gonna use her name as Rachel because I don't remember. Me and Rachel will be at your house soon. I really didn't. I was still at that point like, you know, maybe he just like had her over. They probably just hung out, you know. Maybe, I don't even know what I was thinking. I reacted, you guys. I freaked out. I was so upset. I think right when I was reading through those text messages, he walked out of his house and I locked him out of the car. So I was still sitting in my car and I had his phone and I was just going through the text messages. And I think like while he was still in the house, I decided to take this girl's number and call her from my phone. So that I'll tell you guys what happens with that later on in the story. But I called her and she didn't answer. So he comes out of the house. You know, I'm screaming, I'm crying. I'm like, why would you do this? Blah, blah, blah. Like, what did you do? What happened? And he's just telling me, he's like, no, nothing happened. Nothing happened. She just came over. We were just hanging out. Like, she was just there. My friend brought him. Basically, kind of putting the blame more on his friend. Like, my friend brought him. It wasn't really my choice. And I was like, yeah, but you still could have told me. He gets back into the car finally. He's sitting with me in the car. We're just having a conversation. Like, he's telling me nothing happened. It's not a big deal. You can even call her. You can call her. Here, take her number. You can call her. And I was just like, okay. And so my phone actually rings. My phone rings. And like I told you guys before, I called this girl off of my phone. And the moment my phone rings, I pick up the phone. I'm like, hello? And she's like, hi, like, this is Rachel. Or she said something. She actually, and I'm like, okay, so you were here last night with my boyfriend. What happened? He's trying to take the phone away from me, obviously. And she tells me, oh yeah, we made out and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not going to go into everything that they did. But she tells me, oh, they did everything basically, and I have it on video. I think I hang up the phone with her and she actually ends up sending me the video. After she tells me everything that happens, I think that's when we actually got out of the car and we started screaming at each other. The cops got called. I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm like, why would you cheat on me? What the heck? I think at this point, I actually decided before that we were already going to hang out and drink. I was very young, yes. We decided to hang out and we were drinking. So I was like, you know what? Like, let me just stay here. We'll just hang out. We'll drink. We'll talk. We'll figure everything out, right? This was my mindset. Like, you just found out this person's cheating on you. So you're like, I'm going to stay here and get drunk with you. I think a big thing had to do with I didn't want to drive home. I decided to stay with him and drink. And this is when the night turns from crazy to even crazier. We decided to drink, and at some point I'm in my car. So we're drunk, so I don't remember everything that happened, but at some point I'm actually in my car. He's in front of my car and he's like, you can't drive, you're not driving, like, don't drive. Like, no, he's probably being a sane person, thinking back, like, oh, don't drive. And so I accidentally may have ran over his foot. I'm not sure. I really did. It was completely on accident. I didn't know that his foot was in the way of the tire. So I wake up the next morning, and this is kind of where I become my petty Betty, okay? Because I had cried it out at this point, like, oh my god, I'm pretty sure I drop my makeup thing in every video. But at this point, I had cried it out, and I was just so mad. Like, I was just mad and hurt at this point. I had been with him for 2 years, which obviously, like, isn't a long time. I know that now that isn't a long time, but at the time, I was like, 2 years of my life was wasted. I ended up taking his phone battery, like the battery out of his phone, and his car keys. They only had one set of keys, so I took his car keys because I was like, you're not gonna be texting this girl, and you're sure as hell not gonna be driving to this girl. Like, I was just so petty. Dated after I found out he cheated on me, and I never told him that I had taken these things, and I throw them into a river. Yeah, I apologize. I was a petty Betty. Please don't sue me. You have money. And that's kind of how I found out that my ex cheated on me. The girl did end up sending me the video of them, and she wasn't lying. But the weird thing is, it's like, why when you're hooking up with a guy, why would you have video of that? Unless you know that he has a girlfriend and you're gonna say, like, that just seems weird too. Maybe, oh, conspiracy theory. Okay, you guys, my conspiracy theory. What if it was all just a charade, and he was like, hey, like, I'm too scared to break up with my girlfriend, like, help me out? Was it all a conspiracy? That'd be cool. Oh, hi guy. Alright, you guys, so I just finished my makeup basically, and I am coming back to wrap it up. Alright everyone, so I hope that you enjoyed this video of how my ex cheated on me, how I got a video, how I ran over his foot, how something. I wanted this video to kind of focus on, you know, red flags that you see, most of the things that I think that I did wrong in the relationship. And if you guys enjoyed this story time, please make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, and make sure you guys hit that little notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. And also make sure you guys leave a comment if you were going through the same situation, if you guys are going through a breakup or finding out your partner is cheating, if you are very young, or maybe if you're older and you have some wisdom to bring up that down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.